been many times my husband James and I have debated, should we get a permit for this or maybe ask for forgiveness later? Unfortunately, asking for forgiveness from municipalities is probably not the correct course of action. If you have a list of home improvements on your fall schedule, whether you're determined weekend do-it-yourselfer or intend on hiring a professional, knowing when to pull a building permit is an important step. Let's get this out of the way for starters. Working with your local permitting department can sometimes be frustrating. Between the uncertainty, long lines, and unanswered questions, jumping through all those hoops is enough to halt the process before it starts. I'm here to tell you, however, that solving the permit problem doesn't have to push you to your limits. Here are a few helpful hints for you to use as a guide. The first thing you need to understand is that there's no uniformity when it comes to when you need to pull a permit and when you can skip it. All cities and counties are different. A project requiring a permit in one city might not require one in another. As a homeowner, you can rest assured that certain types of work almost always require a permit. Think of personal and public safety. Most projects involving major plumbing, electrical, and natural gas. You can broaden that list further to include HVAC installation, load-bearing walls, sometimes fences, and decks over a certain height. If your project involves building or adding onto an existing structure, something like an addition to your existing home, driveway, garage, a permit will likely be required. Often the gray area exists with projects like windows, doors, and landscaping. If you're simply replacing a window with one of the same size, you should be fine. Expand the window hole, however, and you could need a permit. The same with a door. It often depends on the size. Landscaping projects like removing a tree or adding a small retaining wall are fine, but dig out your own swimming pool and add a large retaining wall, you'd better call someone. Smaller projects you can take on your own, such as putting in new flooring, replacing a sink and siding, or updating bathroom fixtures. You're free to tackle without official sign-off. Permits are difficult to understand, I get it. If you have a question, call or head down to double check with your local permitting department. Someone there should be able to answer your questions. One last word of caution, don't hurt your sales prospects down the line by making assumptions. If an inspector has an idea that a project was done without a permit, they can order drywall removed. Lenders also ask questions about additional square footage that shows up on an appraisal and is not reflected in county records. When in doubt, make a call or visit your city's website. There's a ton of information on there to help you out.